Okay, we'll get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the two-way press conference for the boys championship game. Two schools competing will be Newberry High School with a record of 25-3 and North Charleston High School with a record of 22-6. I'd like to recognize at this time from Newberry the principal, Katrina Singletary. Is Katrina here? Very good. Welcome. The athletic director is Chad Carey and head coach Chad Carey. For North Charleston, principal Robert Grimm. Okay. Athletic director Nate Pearson and the boys coach Blake Hall. And assistant
Sean Sweeney.
Okay. Welcome. Okay, I think we just have one player that is here today. Coach, I'll ask you to introduce your player and then we'll take our questions.
All right, it's the senior MJ Wise.
Thank you. Okay.
Coach, why didn't you bring in players today?
Ray's got to take care of school first. The students first, student athletes. They got to take care of their GPAs and whatnot. That comes first and foremost. I have probably 4 or 5 seniors I would want to bring, but at the same time, they need to take care of their business first, and then we'll worry about practice later.
Coach Hall, you were All-State twice at Pinewood Prep, played ball in Europe, coached at Silva 1 year.
2 years, yeah.
How did you make your way to North Charleston, and in your first year you're here in the state finals? You must be able to coach and play, I guess.
I grew up in the area. My mother's a graduate of North Charleston, so I'm very familiar with the region, the area, the tradition of North Charleston. Charleston's a beautiful place. I wanted to stay there after I left the Citadel, finished grad school, and I'm fortunate to get the job. I'm really looking to stay there and build on the tradition that was there. I think the kids deserve the stability in the program, and hopefully I can bring that.
Could each coach please just kind of comment on your season and your trek to the finals? Both of you have been very impressive in the playoffs. Just kind of capsule your season and what it took to get here.
Well, it's been a long season, I guess you would say, but when you look back at it, it's flown by. But we've been excited with what we've done. 25-3, had 3 losses. It was very difficult, but they were losses. So, but it's been a good journey. We've come a long way, and our kids have bought into our system. Our system is play a bunch of people, run up and down the floor, and have fun. And we don't whine about playing time or anything like that, like a lot of teams would. And we play at 13, I think, is what we usually play. And we get them in and out, and we just get after it. So it's been fun. It's been fun to see our kids do what you're asking them to do. Because in today's time, I don't think you can get kids to do what our 12 and 13 are doing. And it's been a fun ride for us. Hope it continues.
Coach Hall mentioned that he had 5 seniors. I think you only have 1. Talk about that, the makeup of the ball.
Well, we got one senior next to us right here. He's been a rock for us all year. He's our leader. He's our leader of the pack. So he does a great job. He's 6 foot. We got him at center. Probably the best 6-foot center in the country because he's the only one. He's tough. He's hard nosed. He's a tough Newberry kid, and he's done a great job for us.
Coach Hall, talk a little bit about your starters. I had the pleasure of going to the Upper State game. Didn't get to see your team. You said talk a little bit about your starters and what each one brings to the table.
You want them individually?
Sure, sir.
Start off Anthony Williams, 6'6" senior. I've got a great group of seniors that have played together for a while. A lot of experience and very trusting each other. They're a great group and they believe in each other, and they really get a lot done because none of them care who gets the credit. I mean, it doesn't matter who scores that night. They just want to get the job, the mission accomplished. But Anthony Williams, a 6'6" senior. I would say our leader emotionally and really the spark plug on the team. After that, you have Bernard Samuel, a 6'4" senior, shooting guard. He's another one of the leaders, really gets the guys going and whatnot. I'd probably say one of the better shooters in the state, if not the best shooter in the state. You have James Brown, a 6'1" senior as well. He's the one kid I probably should have brought. He's actually 6th in his class academically, so he's taking care of his business. But he's just a phenomenal point guard for us. And then Jamal Baldwin is the other senior plays substantial minutes, 6'4", big body senior for us. He is, when he plays well, we're tough. So when he rebounds it, we're tough. So just a good group. I've had a pleasure of coaching them. I just feel fortunate to be in North Charleston.
Coach, was there a turning point in the season? If I recall, you had Burke and Woodland the same weekend. And I think, did you lose both those games?
Also, yeah.
How did you recover from that? I mean, that was a difficult
Well,
weekend.
It's a growing part of being a first-year coach. That, my first time at this school, you have to build trust as the season goes along with the kids, and getting them, like Coach said, buy-in. That's the biggest thing in coaching, is getting them to believe that you're there for their better interest, and they're good. So it's a process as we went along. You took some lumps, and there's a little resistance at first, but once they buy in, they see that you're there for their best interest, and you want what's best for them. They start to follow along, and they've really bought in as the season's gone along, and start to believe in me and believe in each other.
Coach Carey, your ball club scored over 100 points in 2 of the playoff games this year, 117 against Liberty and 113 against Carolina. But you do spread that scoring around. There's no selfishness whatsoever on this ball club.
No, we haven't had it, and they just, like I said, it's a system that we stole from Dave Davis at Newberry College, and we talked us into doing it, and we're doing it, and our kids have bought into it. So it's we pass the ball extremely well, and today it's kind of hard to get kids to do, and that's where it's at. But the key there, I think, is the full court pressure that helps to get some easy baskets. So that 117 can be a little skewed a little bit there too, because you get some easy hoops off of some things. But if you want to shoot with us, then it gets up there quicker. So we were fortunate to play 2 teams that tried the same thing, and we risked a little better on the other end. So that helped.
Coach Hall, do you want to get in that kind of game with them?
We're going to play what we've done all year.
Which is, kind of explain your...
A disciplined game, a rebounding game, just doing what we do. We're not going to try to run it. 100 points in a high school game is a feat. You have to pressure, get up and down and do that. And Coach has done a great job at Newberry getting those kids to buy into that system. But personally, I want no part of that. We're going to try to instill our philosophy on them, and they're going to try to instill their philosophy on us. So it'll be a little bit of a battle of wills, I guess.
Coach Hall, how deep would you go on your bench?
Probably 7.
About 7 guys?
7, 8.
Coach Carey, you could play as many as 10 or more.
Yeah, we play about 11 or 12, and we'll substitute probably on the first horn. Whoever turns it over first is probably going to come out.
Coach, I was going to ask you that. I noticed Saturday, in the second half, I believe you subbed every dead ball. That's something that's all season?
All season long. Wow. If you're shooting free throws, somebody's coming to the table, and we just try to get it going, and hopefully we can. But I'm telling you, they're huge. So you said 6'6", I just cringe. 6'4", cringe. I mean, we're tiny. We're little. We're not very big. I mean, and like I said, MJ here's my center. Here he is. He's sitting looking at 6'4" shooting guard. I wish I had 6'4" shooting guard. But we got 5'10" one. But that's it. But we just, if it gets that wheels, half court game or full court game, whatever way it goes, it's going to be the winner.
Coach Hall, is it tempting, not for you as a coach, but when you play teams with Newberry style, you have to really control your play, because kids want to, that's the way everybody wants to play up and down. Do you have to, did you play anybody during the season similar to them that you had to really tell your guys, you guys play our game, not get in their game with them?
Well, definitely, we played teams, I guess you could say similar, but obviously they're probably the best that does it, or they wouldn't be here today. It's the battle of wills, but that's where discipline comes in, and as a coach, you try to instill that discipline as the season goes along and throughout their career. And our guys will run at times. I believe in the athletes I have, and I think they're as good as anybody you put on any stage. But it's choosing when to run, and it's choosing when not to. So that's when the discipline comes into play.